Okay, welcome back, and we have a great guest here for us today, and that is Brandi Ferree, Alderperson from District Number 6. Brandi, nice to see you today.
It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. Well, maybe for those who don't know what an alderperson is, what does an alderperson do?
Great question. So an alderperson is an elected official elected by their constituents within their district to represent the opinions and concerns of the residents of that district on common council and committees assigned.
All right, well, let's take us back. Why did you decide to run as an alderperson?
That's a great question. When I was very young, I was very involved in my community, volunteering, and that's something that has carried on into my adult life. And so several years ago, while volunteering for the design committee for Downtown Kenosha, Inc., I met former alderperson John Fox, and I was so inspired by how involved he was in the community and the positive impacts he was making. And so I tucked that back into my mind, and fast forward several years, I found myself running for alderperson with the intent of caring for my community.
Excellent, excellent. Well, let's hear about your district. Where is your district that you represent?
So the 6th district is on the north side. The approximate boundaries are north of Washington Road. The east would be approximately the railroad tracks, up to 18th Street. East of 22nd Avenue, it goes up to 18th Street, but then west of 22nd Avenue up to 24th Street, and then the western boundary is 30th Avenue.
Now, since you represent the community in District Number 6, they have the option to call or email you. Let's hear about what do they call you about in your constituents for District 6.
Yes, they can reach out to me anytime. I'm always very happy to hear from my constituents. So oftentimes there's concerns about public infrastructure, which might be the roads, or possibly some questions about the parks, or maybe they saw something on the upcoming Common Council or committee agenda that they want to talk to me about.
What is the Common Council?
So the Common Council is comprised of all 17 alderpersons. They each represent the constituents in their district that they were elected from. And each alderperson also lives in their district. And Common Council meets 2 times a month on Monday at 7 p.m. in the municipal building. And the agenda is comprised of issues that are affecting our city. It could be topics that fall under license and permits. It could be public safety and welfare, public works projects, or possibly financial matters.
Alderpersons also sit on committees. What committees or commissions that you sit on?
I currently sit on Public Works, Stormwater Committee, and also the Board of Water Commissioners.
Stormwater. What goes on in those committees? What do you look at in those meetings?
So in the Stormwater Committee, it's actually one that's very impactful for the citizens. I've seen great strides over the last several years in the improvements for our community. For example, in 2017, we saw historic flooding during a rain event. And data was collected from the impacts that affected our community members. And there were several projects that were put together in order to mitigate future damage if we were to see a large event such as that again. And so the Stormwater Committee would review potential projects such as those. And actually, something to be very proud of, the city was awarded many awards for projects that they have engineered in regards to the protection of our city and stormwater events.
What do you have out in the north side in District 6?
So I would say our shining jewel is the Dream Playground. It's an inclusive playground for people of all abilities, and we have many visitors from all over Kenosha, but also outside the community. In addition to that, you would find many businesses who have been in the community for decades. Some examples would be Big Star, Durango's, Fireside, among many others. And the residents of the 6th District are very kind and generous people, so it's a really great place to be.
But as you walk around District 6, is there anything that you personally say, you know what, this would be something that needs either an improvement or an idea that you may bring to Common Council? Do you have anything that you'd like to share?
That's a great question. So recently we finished the reconstruction of 22nd Avenue, which has been a great improvement. There's also a section of 16th Avenue that is upcoming construction for road improvements. There's always projects that can be done in the Dream Playground and also Mataska Park. There was recently a new playground put in there. The Dream Playground, because there's so many elements to it, there's many things that I think we could see in the future that could be repaired or improved upon, of course. And being a very popular playground, I think it's very important to keep the infrastructure up and maintained.
As you sit on the city council meetings, it's not only your district in the commissions, you also represent the city of Kenosha or look at things that, what's your feelings on the downtown of today and the future?
I'm very optimistic about Kenosha in general and downtown. The progress that we've seen downtown is the result of many efforts of many people, organizations over many years. And I'm just so happy to see it thriving. There's, of course, the lakefront, which you have to get down there in the summer to experience it fully. But the business owners downtown who are investing in our community, excellent work. There's so many events going on. It's a very lively and thriving place to be, especially in the summer, but not even just the summer, because even in the winter you'll find activities downtown. I would say that I'm very excited for the future of downtown, and I'm glad to see it building upon momentum.
Well, I always ended up with our last question here with every alderperson, and my question to you is, why should someone come visit and or live here in Kenosha?
Kenosha is such a beautiful place. I just think it's such a jewel of a town with its lakefront and businesses, restaurants. We have really beautiful historic architecture, and the history here is so rich and unique to Kenosha. I really recommend if you have a chance to stop by the History Museum and see some of that, because they have some excellent displays and there's so much detailed information there. I think every time I visit I've learned something new. But in general, I would say it's just the future of Kenosha, I think, is going to be built upon the history of Kenosha, because there's such a strong history of entrepreneurship in Kenosha. And I think the innovation neighborhood in the center of our city, that's going to expand upon that legacy.
Well, on that note, once again, thank you, Brandi Ferree, Alderperson of District 6. Go on down to District 6. It's a great part of town on the north side. And Brandi, thank you so much for talking with us today.
It's been a pleasure.